Okay, now this video is crucially important for you to watch before you go and watch, Coach Alex, Jim Alex go through and make the calls, because if you don't understand this concept, then there's no point you even going through any of the rest of this, okay? Now, this is really me kind of setting expectations for you guys to make sure that, look, when these leads are coming through, if you are not reaching out to these within the first day, then it's game over. You've lost. Okay? Now, I get it, sometimes it's going to be hard to reach out to people, it's going to be a bit difficult, but guys, you're running a business, okay? Like, you have to understand that, look, when these hot applications in your 5 mile radius of your gym are coming through, you have to be on them like hot sauce, okay? You have to be on them quick. And if you're not doing that, then what are you doing? Okay, so just make sure that you have someone in place. Like, you can get like a cheap coach, a cheap assistant to do this for you. Just bring someone in to do it. Like, have like a front desk person that can answer these calls. So like, it's honestly an excuse that you're not. If you're not going to answer these calls and you're going to blame it on me, then please don't do that, because honestly, you have time to make these calls. You're making an excuse. Okay, so make sure if it's not you, then you have someone like a dedicated person that can make these calls. Okay, now I would always say as like a time recommendation that you make these calls within the first hour. An hour is like the optimal time for me. I mean, the very, very optimal time is 5-10 minutes. Now look, I get it, you're not always going to be able to get to people within the first like 5-10 minutes. That's going to be difficult, but I would say this, okay, if you can do that, in terms of your success, it's going to be so much higher, okay? Now, in terms of, I don't know the exact statistics, but I do know that, look, if you can get to a prospect, like a hot prospect that has come through within 5 minutes, and you can reach out to them, the likelihood of that person coming through the door is so much, I'm going to say it, but it's so much fucking higher, okay? It's so much higher, because it just massively increases the chance of them coming through, okay? But if you call them 2 days later, if you call them a week later, if you call them a month later, like I know one of our gym owners was doing, he was calling leads a month later and was saying they're not picking up. Well, no wonder they're not picking up, okay? Like, no wonder, and they're not interested. Even 2 days later, like, think about all the other things that person has seen on Facebook within 2 days after they signed up for that. I mean, they've probably signed up for another 3 gym things on Facebook, okay? So you have to really make sure that you're getting through to people as quick as possible. And if you're not doing that, then yeah, that's why you're not going to see success. Okay, so it's really crucially important that you are doing that, and then we have this kind of locked in place before we start doing other things. So yeah, that's really that's me setting clear expectations, and that if you're not going to call these people, for me personally, within the first hour, a day is like, I think even a day is really pushing it, in my opinion. I honestly, guys, if we can call them within the first hour, 3 hours max, that's where you guys are going to see the best results, okay? But do not start calling these leads 2 days later, 10 days later, and then complain to me, okay? But I would say this, on the whole follow-up game, and I will go into follow-up, sometimes the average, I'm gonna hit you with a fact here, the average get through to a person, the average time it takes to actually get someone in for a session, it's between 5 and 12 contacts. Okay, so sometimes you're gonna, in fact, 99% of the time, you're gonna have to make at least 5 contacts, between 5 and 12 contacts to reach someone. That is just sales. That is just the game you're playing. You're a hustler. This is what you signed up for. You're an entrepreneur. Okay, so please understand that it's gonna take this is not just a little bit of work for you guys. Okay, it's gonna require a bit of work. Okay, but like, going back to the whole return, okay, because you need to understand this. In 12 months from now, guys, with just 10 members a month, with what most of you guys are charging for your programs, the return's crazy. Okay, so put in the work now, guys, in the first kind of 6 months, and you are gonna see the results like fly. Okay, so guys, put in the work, and I will speak to you in the next video.